Yeah, and I'll tell you what, did you like the voice of Jon Anderson? Jon Anderson joins us right now. John?
Hey there, Mancow. How you doing?
So it just occurred to me, and I'm a fan, and I still buy Yes CDs, and I'm telling you, the last 5 or 6, whatever, since you left, there's not a moment. There's not, you would think, God, Yes, such a history. There would be 30 seconds or 10 seconds or a hook or a sound effect or a guitar riff or drums or something.
Yeah.
And I just listen, it's like, nothing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because I really believe, John, it's because spiritually what they did to you. And I was contacted by a guy who yelled at me, a rock star who yelled at me, and he said, listen, the fact is Brian Johnson is out of AC/DC. Grow up. This is a business. Bands don't care about each other. And I heard the same thing over Jon Anderson. Wait a minute. This guy gets sick. Jon Anderson gets sick and they kick him to the curb.
Wow.
The lead singer of AC/DC gets sick and kick him to the curb.
Right.
I'm sorry, don't you stop and wait for your guy, your quarterback to come back?
Your team member.
When you've got a voice like Jon Anderson,
Yep.
Damn it, I'm just getting pissed off right now thinking about it. John, I think I'm going to go get that Alan White and I'm going to punch him in his face.
You're wonderful.
I mean, I'm sitting there at the Arcada, sold-out show, watching John.
Right.
And it's like, you're not going to get that at a Yes show.
That's right.
Here's the guy. What are they doing? John, what are they thinking?
It's life. Things happen. And I'm very excited because I just finished an album with a wonderful guy there in Sweden. And
Sean?
It's what I call real Yes music. It's just
Are you talking about Sean or are you talking about Jean Luc?
No, it's a guy called Roine Stolt. He was in a band called the Flower Kings many years ago. Mm-hmm. And I started working with him on and off a year ago and sending him some music and explaining what I'm looking for. And he understood it totally. And it's going to really, really, for anybody who loves Yes music, they're just going to love this album. And it's so funny because you do albums in various stages these days, using the internet. And for the first time a week ago, I was able to listen to the whole thing. And I've listened to it every day in my car, just driving around listening to it and saying, people are just going to get this. It's really cool.
I can't wait. John, I want to tell you something, brother. I will sit around all day in my car and listen to old radio shows of mine. So I get what you're doing.
It's just
no,
special.
I'm kidding.
And when you do something, especially this time of my life, I'm just thinking, I really want to do something which really relates to what I've done over all my life.
John?
35 years with Yes.
John?
And I said the other day, I never really left
John,
Yes.
John, I want to talk about how you and I can get together. I want to get rid of the other members of Yes, okay? No, listen, I'm either going to have their legs broken or we're going to plant cocaine on them. I need your help, okay? I'm going to need home addresses for the other members of Yes that cut your throat. I want to talk about the Arcada Theater show coming up May 11th. And I want to talk about your new music, and you poo-pooed me and you dismissed me last time and very much upset me. This man has seen into other dimensions, for real. He has lived and seen other dimensions that other human beings have not seen. It's true. We've talked about it, but he won't go into detail on the radio, and I'm going to push.
Yeah, please do.
I want to find out what is in these other dimensions that are around us where he has lived and spent time. Sometimes he says you can see the energy in the other dimensions unfold in the audience.
Wow.
And I want to know how I can see these other dimensions as well. Local H in studio, Jon Anderson calling from his studio in the country of Lumania. We will be right back here on The Loop. Jon Anderson live on The Loop right now. Local H is in our studio. Jon Anderson joins us live. Do you like Yes?
I love Yes.
I do too, man.
Scotty peed himself a little bit when he heard that John was on the phone.
I knew you were going to be talking to John.
Well, brother, what, Big Generator? I did too.
Heart of the Sunrise, man. Heart of the Sunrise is one of the greatest songs ever made.
My favorite lyric he wrote of all time, of all songs, Don't surround yourself with yourself.
No, that's
I
good
love
one.
that line. Jon Anderson.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
all is good.
Do you get sick of all this love, everybody kissing your ass all the time, Jon?
I live a lovely hermit life with my beautiful wife, Janee, in the country. So I'm away from the crazy world out there.
Listen, I did meet your beautiful wife, and I want to tell you, you did real good. In fact, I think she's too much woman for you, Jon.
No, I was blessed when I met her. It's just like the heavens opened, and there she was.
Aww.
Let's talk about the other dimensions. And you I thought you were kind of short with me. I want to know, because I do believe there's other dimensions around us that we can't see. Our eyes are designed to see 3 dimensions, but there's many more around us. Einstein believed it, and I think most people believe it.
True.
You have seen into these other dimensions. So what's around us, Jon, that we don't see?
Well, it's an incredible world that we live in, and no matter which way we look at things, just embrace everything you see. In fact, when I walk out into my garden to take the rubbish out now and again, there's little blue flowers near the bins, and I think that's really amazing. When you think of those tiny little gorgeous-looking flowers.
But
the
I'm talking
power of flowers is very interesting.
So you don't want to talk about it.
We give flowers, right?
You don't want to talk about
3 reasons, because
yes.
we give flowers for the color, the perfume, and flowers actually sing.
What do you mean flowers sing?
They have a very beautiful humming sound. If you're very, very fortunate enough to hear them, you're probably on acid, which is cool.
Jon, how are you able to see into these other dimensions and live there? Was it through meditation?
It's a combination of being very open and knowing that what we see in general is a very small part of life.
Sure.
But see, the world is just full of so much energy, interdimensional energy.
Yes.
There's light beings. We call them fairies or divas. And I actually saw one on my 40th birthday in Thailand. I was on an island, and I had this lovely visitation. It came and flew over me. And it was like, I was at midnight, actually. And it actually mentioned something. It just said, out of the blue, it just said, didn't speak verbally, just subconsciously. It said that, yes, we really connected with Disney in his dreams. And there's more to life than you could ever imagine. And I was so excited, because it's like meeting with God. Because God is all that is, shall we say, you know?
Yes, sir. Well, the Bible says we entertain angels unaware, so you never know that person you're ignoring or being cruel to. We entertain angels unaware. Jon, what about I was at the Sold Out show at the Arcada, a beautiful show. I can't wait to see you on May 11th, but does energy come to you, because you're able to see these other dimensions? Does energy come to you on stage in various colors? Do different emotions have different colors?
Of course, yeah. I just generally think that when I'm, especially on stage, I'm in this sort of super connected feeling of singing. I want to make sure it's right, and I want to make sure the lyrics are right. I want to make sure the balance of the band is right. And I want to make sure emotionally the audience are getting it. And then you feel it from the audience. And the energy that comes through from the audience makes the band play like we play.
How much of what you've written with Yes and with, how do you say the guy's name, Vangelis? How do you say it?
Vangelis, yeah.
Vangelis.
How much of this, Jon, is auto-written, do you think, and God-inspired?
Almost everything I do is inspired by the spirit energies that surround me, like every artist, It's nothing unusual. It's just that I actually explain it in my songs now and again. And, working with Sean McKee, some of the music we're doing is so wild out there, that what we're doing.
I've heard a lot of it. It's
all
spectacular.
To do with evolving that pathway of music. And my last, as I said, I've got this new album called Invention of Knowledge coming out in June. I'm going to send you a copy.
Please. Hey, the Maharishi, I don't know the guy's name, but the guy that met with the Beatles, I was set to meet with him.
Right.
And it took, and I had the same conversation in our studio with the Dalai Lama. But these things used to take, in the Beatles era, which is before my time, months, maybe years. And now our consciousness has changed, and we're able to tap into these things much quicker. Are we on a good path, Jon? Do you feel that we are evolving spiritually as human beings?
Of course, You know, everything takes time. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned to you that one of the things I learned is that we're moving very, very, very slowly into the fourth dimension. Very slowly. It takes a long, long time. And
what is
in
that?
The fourth dimension are moving into the fifth dimension. It's a very, very evolving time.
What is the fourth dimension? What is it?
Well, we're moving into the fourth dimension. You'll see it happening actually through. You know, I know it's crazy, but if you think about 3D movies that we have to put glasses on for, we'll be watching 3D on TV in 3 or 4 years' time without glasses, because we're evolving, and there's a new way of going from interplanetary movement. If you look at it in NASA, they've just realized this engine, which has got nothing to do with combustion. It's more to do with magnetic force and the connecting of all things, laser energy. And it'll get us from here to the moon in 40 hours.
Well, listen, that's
going to happen.
No,
That's
brother, no,
now.
you're right. Listen, Wilmette, they thought it would never happen. In Wilmette, this scientist, a woman scientist that my daughters have been very inspired by, they for the first time measured a gravity wave. And I think that gravity, and I think Einstein was onto something. I think we will in our lifetimes learn to control gravity, and we will be able to travel. And time, gravity is made of time, and we will be able to travel without machines.
True.
And I think we'll see that in our life. We won't need fossil fuels. We won't need any of this, because that's coming, and we're close to it, guys. We're close.
Yeah, but where will be the luggage? That's what I want to know.
When I listen to Hearts or State of Independence or some of your other songs, I feel like I evolve. Can beautiful Jon Anderson, the voice of Yes, and lots of great stuff. John, can we evolve while we're alive by do you think those flowers, and by beautiful music and by art and things like this? Do you think we actually vibrate and evolve up?
Yes, we are. Obviously, one of the main things that I understand is that the soul is eternal. This life is one experience. We move on to another lifetime, another adventure, and our soul is eternal. So we never die.
Are we the computer?
Yes, we are. The computer is God. You know, it's like everything comes from under the ground, don't you know?
Is that the group consciousness that's coming? Will we soon know everything that's known? Will we all know as group consciousness and tap into that?
There's a great book called The Future of the Mind by Michio Kaku.
Oh, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah, one of
friend of ours.
friends.
Kaku.
Look, John, Michio Kaku's the smartest man on earth. He's a buddy of mine, and I have to think when he talks to me, it's like me talking to my dog. I mean, but he humors me. So the new CD is out. You're going to do a show at the Arcada Theater on May 11th. I'm sure that'll sell out.
Jean Luc Ponty and the band again, and we're just having such the best time. And me and Jean Luc are working on a new project for next year, which we're very, very excited about.
Well, I'm very excited about it too. I love the new CD, and please say hello to your lovely wife for us. And
sure will.
We appreciate your friendship for the last. We've been friends about 70 years, I think. So
no, I'm so excited that you're going to hear this new album that I've just finished. It's just, like somebody asked me, "Did you leave Yes?" And I said, "No, I never left Yes."
No, they cut his throat. They cut his throat. I can't believe it.
I continued with Yes music in my heart and soul.
Listen, John. Yes. I had a mutiny. I had a high noon moment. No one's in our studio, but there were some people that I found that were doing nothing that took great joy in cutting my throat, and the idea that they could do the show without pesky Mancow around, and they failed within a month. And I listened to the new Yes, and the fact is, and I know you know these guys, some of them for many years, but it's a failure. It's a disaster. It's
just not my idea of Yes.
Do you take pride in it? Do you want those guys to taste their own blood and die?
No.
Oh, because I do. I do. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. It can happen to everyone eventually. My daughter said, "That's not very good rhyming." Really, Daddy, it's not. That's not that well written. I don't care. I love it. And I'm like, "You're 9. Be quiet." This was a while ago. Do you want to ask him anything, Scotty? Local H is here. You want to ask Jon Anderson anything? A shout out for a song, something you want to say to him?
I just think the vocal performance on Heart of the Sunrise is kills me every time I hear it.
Thank you.
I love that song.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Love it.